it's Roisin Anson and welcome back to my channel. It has been about a month since I said I was back and I've not been very well. So this time I actually am back, as far as I know, fingers crossed. I have finished Project Wolf number 2. I'm so happy that it's been done, especially considering I started it in November. Got pretty much all the way through in November and I literally had to write about another 20,000 words and I just haven't been able to do it the entire time since November. We're currently in mid-July and I've only just finished it, but it's done. It took as long as it needed to take and it's done, so I'm very happy about that. So now I'm going straight into the rough draft of Project Wolf number 3. So what my plan is, I'm going to rough draft the rest of the series. I've self-edited book 1, so it's in a relatively good stage. Book number 2 I haven't touched since I finished the rough draft. I've not gone back to read it, I've not done anything. The only thing I've done is I've made some notes in on my iPad in a document, basically going through what I need to change. I know one of the threads from book 1, actually a couple of threads from book 1, has barely been put into book 2. It needs to come through. I need to add that in. I have added something at the end of the book that I need to go in and weave through the rest of the book because I changed something. And then there was a few other stuff that I've written down that I need to change, that I know needs to change from the beginning. I feel like the pacing's off in book 2 as well. That could be because it's been so long since I started it. I don't really remember it, but I know that there's some changes that need to do. It feels really long and drawn out and, like, I don't want to say boring because I don't think it's boring, but I think it feels boring. Does that make sense? I feel like it's not right. There needs to be more into it. So I finished that draft at about 78,000 words, which is slightly under what I wanted. I wanted to get to 80,000, but I know that I need to add stuff into it, so I'm not too worried about it. It was my first draft. I'm not really good with description. I just put in random places, describe the room, describe what he looks like, describe this, describe that, and I put that in throughout the entire book because I don't really like to describe things. I'll do that later on. So I know that it'll be probably end up being over 80,000 words. We're probably looking at 85,000 words once the book's finished. But at the minute I didn't quite hit the 80,000 word goal. It's not the end of the world. I'm not that bothered about it. I've got this, like, the bare bones. More than the bare bones. I've got the story in there. Does that make sense? So, yeah. So, since I finished, I have, like I said, gone straight onto plotting book 3. And my plot consists of not a lot. So, I'm going to add in me plotting my book so far in here. And then I'll explain what I've done, but I'll just quickly grab the thing and then I'll show you. There you go. So, I'll add that here. that's what you just seen me do. So at the top I put the 0 to 100% of the book, and then I put in the main points. So opening image, theme stated, catalyst, break into 2, B story, midpoint, all is lost, break into 3, and final image. And as you can see, I haven't filled them all in. I have filled in 4 of the 9 that's here, and even that I don't think is the catalyst, but I've put it in there. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but it is what it is. I've never been what you class as a plotter. I want to be a plotter. I think it's beneficial to be a plotter. I just can't do it. I am a discovery writer. When I did my previous books, what I do is I plan an act in advance, and even that changes. So yeah, I'm not really a plotter. It doesn't come naturally to me. I'm not really someone that can figure out what I need, where it needs to go. I kind of know where I need it to begin because it's going on from the first book, so I know where it begins. I kind of know what I want the midpoint to be, and then I kind of know where it needs to end up, and that's about all I know. So what I did do is I created a new Scrivener document to start book 3, and what I'll do in the Scrivener document is so you can see that I write a little sentence in each of these. I haven't got one in chapter 6, but this will probably change by the time I get to chapter 2, and it's already changed. This chapter 7 was what I'd got down for the midpoint in that plan, and I think it needs to happen earlier, but we'll see how it goes. So I kind of know where Act 1's going because of the stuff that I put in the end of Act 3 in the previous book. It ends on a cliffhanger, so I kind of know where I'm going with the first act. I probably know about the first 3 chapters of this book, and that's about it. And even then, it's not really fully formed, does that make sense? I just kind of have a plan of what they discussed at the end of book 3 that's got to happen now. So that's all I know. So as far as plotting goes, this is my plotting process. It is not really a plotting process. It's basically prep work before I start writing, and even this prep work is the bare minimum. I mean, it's not even the bare minimum. Like, it's probably more than some people do, but it's a lot less than other people do. So yeah, I am starting on book 3. I'm very excited. Again, it's gonna be, and I want to try and get it to around 80,000. If like the book 2, it was just shy of 80,000 on the rough draft, that's fine. If it's anywhere between 75,000 and 80,000, that's brilliant. That's what I'm aiming for the first draft, really. So I'm starting that as of today. I'm finishing this video, and then I'm going to start writing book 3, and I'm so excited. I feel so happy to finish book 2. Not that the book 2 took ages. Like, I didn't work on book 2 for very long. I'd rough draft about 3 chapters before NaNoWriMo, and then I went back and edited them while doing NaNoWriMo, and then I wrote 60,000 words in NaNoWriMo, and then I've written another 10 to 15,000 since NaNoWriMo. But like I said, NaNoWriMo ended in November, so from December 1st to, we're currently on the 16th of July. So today is currently the 16th of July. I have written in book 2 about 5 days since December to now to write about 15,000 words or whatever it was I wrote. That's how long it's took me, about 5 days to do it, because I am a fast drafter. I can write quite a lot in a short amount of time. But it just took so long because I was so unwell that I wasn't able to work on it, and it felt like it took ages, even though actual time spent working on it wasn't that long. It's just I had a massive break in between that it felt like it dragged on, so, which it did technically, but anyway. So yeah, I am working on book 3 and I'm very excited to get started. And the next video is a video of me doing a week in book 3. So I'm starting it Tuesday today, and then it will be, no, that isn't my next video. My next video is a day in my life. I'm going to film tomorrow, but it's going to come out next week. Just a day in my life of starting a new project, just as a day in my life with my chronic illnesses and that sort of stuff. And then my next video will be this first week of doing the 3rd book in my Project Wolf series. So I'm very excited to get started on that. And like I said, the next video will be a day in my life, and then the video after that will be the first week of Project Wolf number 3. And then I have no idea what's after that. It'll be fun though. So yeah, I'll see you next week. It will be Friday that the video is uploaded, and I will see you then with another video. Bye.